All right.
Killing of a
All right.
Sacred Deer.
Yeah. Let's talk about killing a sacred deer again.
The three billboards.
Yeah. Anyway, I thought Mountain Between Us was really good. I don't know about you.
Then you probably like this movie.
I did like this movie. You're just upset because you didn't like this movie, and you don't know how good it is. All right.
All right.
All right. I'm already. I'm already.
All right.
Down
Well,
with
thanks for tuning in.
this. Yeah.
Our review of
this is gonna be the
Last
worst
Jedi.
video I've ever made.
Oh, absolutely.
This is gonna be the
All right.
worst.
You make it sound like we have standards to live up to.
I'm Adrian. That's Gore. That's Casey.
Thanks.
Yep.
In case you didn't know, I'm Gore.
Yeah, he's also pointing, I assume.
Yeah, he's pointing. Yeah, we're all in the same room,
To the exact
off camera.
yeah, it's the exact compass level that you are.
Yeah. Thanks.
All right. Last Jedi.
No, Star Wars, Episode 8, The Last Jedi.
The killing of a sacred
The
deer.
killing of a sacred Jedi. The killing of a sacred
Killing of a sacred childhood.
killing. Oh, that was a good movie. But
The killing of a sacred series. Am I right?
to be fair, that movie was funnier than this movie. So, killing of a sacred. What is it called? Killing American Style. What was it called?
Killing of a sacred deer.
The killing of a sacred deer. There you go.
It's called Mother.
Mother. No, it's Mother. I have to start it off low. They don't capitalize.
Mother.
Mother. Mother.
All right, let's talk about it.
All right, fine. Fuck it.
I
Star
don't think
Wars.
we're ever getting to it.
Star Wars. The Last Jedi is.
I heard it made you cry.
No, I teared up. All right. Shut the fuck
There,
up.
there were a couple
spread
parts.
rumors.
We'll get to it, but there are a couple parts.
Yeah, there's a few parts, and now you won't understand because you don't watch Star Wars because you're too busy watching 9/11 the movie and shit. So let me
Sure.
address this right here, Adrian. You are a punk bitch, and you don't understand anything. All right. That's it. That's what I wanted to say. I liked it though, and I did tear up a few times. All right.
I will say, just on that quick note, I did the double feature, and I completely forgot that. So it was The Force Awakens before Last Jedi, and I completely forgot that the last line Carrie Fisher has in Force Awakens was "May the Force be with you," and literally me and like half the theater started like tearing up at that moment.
Oh yeah, that's sad. I watched that at home, so I could cry by myself. I started crying.
I could cry
I'll
manly
cry
tears.
if I want to.
I started crying. A random person came in. Stop being a pussy. All right.
I would absolutely do that.
Yeah, of course.
Your dad.
I tell you better, son. Crying over the dead
right.
lady.
Really, really brief impressions. What do you think?
I loved it. I really did.
Yeah, I said that I think it might be the best of the series, and I wasn't actually kidding about that.
I don't know about the best of the series, but it's one of the best, in my opinion.
It's I think what's it called? Empire has a little bit over it, but it's close.
Yeah, it's close. Now, Agent, tell me why you didn't like it.
No, I thought it was good.
Which means you didn't like it.
Well, as a standalone movie, like if it wasn't like connected to anything, it felt very reminiscent of Mad Max,
Okay.
Fury Road.
Yeah, because
Or
it's
with
like a
kinda
chase movie.
a long
kinda.
chase sequence. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like I'm also the outlier and everything. Where I literally watched a 7 or 8 minute synopsis on the series last night, and then watched Force Awakens for the first time this morning.
Yeah.
So I went into it probably the most fresh out of anyone in my theater. But is Episode 5 like? Is it kind of like
What?
half filling? Like my big issue with the movie is it felt like there's a lot of things happening with no payoffs, and
What?
either those payoffs are coming in Episode 9, or it just felt just really jarring in general.
Well, I think that there's definitely going to be payoffs in Episode 9.
Oh yeah.
Because it felt like a filler movie.
Well, that's
Well,
that's
it's
what
not
happens
so
a
much
lot
that it felt
with.
filler, but there was a lot of stuff like with smoke, smoke. It feels
Snoke.
like something else. Yeah, Snoke. Something. It doesn't feel like that. That's actually the end. There's something else going
spoilers,
on.
by the way.
Yeah. But it's a
Well,
spoiler
he's
discussion.
putting it up that this is a spoiler
This is
discussion.
spoiler
Just in case anyone's listening, though.
Spoilers. Snokey. I'll get to it. Every time I think about him, it makes me
But
laugh.
like with him, it doesn't feel like that's really the ending. It feels like it's a setup for something else.
Shit. I think that's the ending for him. But who knows?
Because,
I don't know. I mean, normally yes, but it's also keep in mind all the other stuff, like the whole shit with Luke. So
Because I mean,
there is the possibility that hey, Smoke's dead. It's like hey, no, he's not.
Yeah.
from
'Cause,
episode
hey, that actually wasn't smoke. That was just fake smoke.
from the end
Why
of
do I keep
episode
He
7.
keeps saying
So-
smoke.
Yeah, I don't know why. I'm having a stroke.
So
I call him
from-
Snokey.
Smoke.
from the end of episode 7 to probably the beginning of episode 9, it feels like you could probably just cut out episode 8 all in general,
I don't know.
aside from Luke's coming in and leaving.
Well, he died.
Someone made a good comparison on our show I listened to was it felt very much kind of like the 6th Harry Potter book, where the entire reason was to kill off someone.
Well, no, I think what it felt like for this one for me, where it wasn't as much story in it as it was a lot of character development for everyone.
Well, I think it was more about like showing like the first movie in this new trilogy showed like. Wait, actually, before I say that, Adrian, what did you think of the Force Awakens?
I thought it was good. It had I think J.J. Abrams did a fantastic job of keeping it in the very same style of the old movies,
Mhm.
where also I'm losing my voice, so that's why if I sound shitty, whatever. It felt very old in a way. It had like the old timey feel still to it, the
Mhm.
old time campiness to it,
Mhm.
and the transitions were still there, which was super solid.
Yeah.
But it still felt new too.
Right.
And yeah, it was a carbon copy, but even me being the person who I didn't even give a shit about Star Wars 100% back then, I thought people were people thinking that Episode 7 was going to be like some big game changer. No, it's going to be the safest movie out of anything.
Yeah. I mean, they had to bring it
Yeah.
back to.
Because you got to bring everyone
Basics.
back in, so you can't scare everyone away. So it's gonna play it safe.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they did it really well by doing that because they still killed off Han, which was like, I thought that was big news because
That was pretty big.
I didn't give a shit about Star Wars. So what I would do back then is when Episode 7 when the whole thing leaked, what I did is I read the whole script and I was like the minesweeper for everyone. So if I had some friends who were like, I want to read this article. Does it have spoilers in it? I would go through the article and be like, nah, you're good. We're like, nah, there's spoilers in there.
You should lie to
but
them,
even-
though.
But even then, like I thought that Han Solo was dead. I was like, damn, that's actually like shaking it up even more than I thought they would.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense though
Yeah.
because Harrison Ford been
Yeah.
wanting to get the fuck out of Star Wars for years.
Well, was it that
He wanted people to shut the fuck up about it. So
no, wasn't it that they weren't even expecting him to come back to begin with?
no, they weren't expecting that at all. Like George
Yeah,
Lucas asked
it
him
was-
a few times, and he was just like, "No." Get
And
away.
that was basically a big reason why they had to do it was Harrison eventually gave in and was like, all right, I'll come back, but only for one movie.
Mhm.
So
But,
if you want me for more than that, I'm not sticking around.
Well,
So
because I
they're
know
like,
Mark Hamill thought for sure that Carrie Fisher and what's his name again?
Harrison Ford.
Yeah, Harrison Ford were not coming back, and then they did, and Mark Hamill was like, "Fuck, I guess I got to come back now."
Like he was doing anything anyway. Besides voicing
Well,
the
Ham-
Joker.
well,
He said-
Mark Hamill, I think it was more of he wanted to come back, but he said it wouldn't really be fair if just he came back. He wanted to be back with everyone.
Mm-hmm.
See, I didn't read that part, but I did read the article where he was specifically saying that like he knew he had to come back when Harrison Ford and Carrie Fisher came back because he didn't want to be that guy, like the reason why Clerks isn't happening again
Right. Yeah.
because he
Yeah.
didn't want to be the reason why because everyone's gonna call, Mark Hamill didn't want to come back and beat fucking Luke,
He
so he was like, well, I guess I got to do it.
Yeah, and Yeah, I thought he was really good in this movie too.
Oh yeah, he
Mark
was
Hamill.
fantastic.
Yeah, but yeah, all right. Well, that's all I wanted to ask. I just want to know what you thought of Force Awakens. But I
No,
forgot.
that
What
Force
was even
Awakens
talking
was a
about.
lot. All these movies are very fun in
Yeah.
general.
Yeah, I
There's a
forgot.
lot of laughs. I like the comedy they have in
Well,
it.
the
Like,
thing that's the thing. It took them 6 movies to get it right, but they finally fucking got the comedy right.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, they aren't afraid to show it.
yeah.
I will say, like, one of my favorite parts, and probably the theater's favorite part, was the scene with Chewie and the Porgs.
Yeah, when Chewie's eating
Oh.
the porgs.
Yeah, and all the Porgs.
Oh,
are
I'm
fucking
just
off,
waiting
like,
for that gif of the puppy-eyed porg.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chewie just wants to take a bite, but the Porg just looks at him.
Yeah, and then it cuts to Chewie. He's about to take a bite, and then it cuts back to the porg, but it's slowly zooming in more and more. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
god.
Sad baby eyes. Yeah.
They're selling so many of those fucking plushes. I can already tell you that now.
Oh yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
And I'm glad that they didn't overuse them because I was just like, oh no. But like, they're just
Oh,
like
it
in the
could've totally been
background.
overused.
Yeah, that's like one of only like 2 times they're actually
Yeah.
involved in any way.
Yeah, I mean, one of the biggest times they're even involved is in that trailer where he's in the Millennium Falcon with Chewbacca. Like,
Yeah.
and all the other times it's just like, that Chewbacca scene where he's eating them. when people in my theater realized that it was a porg he was eating, they were like, "Oh no!" I was like, "Oh, that's great." That the second time you see these things for like a long period of time, you see one of them or 2 of them actually dead and just cooked.
Yeah.
It's just- yeah,
And Chewie just trying to go in on him.
yeah. Chewie don't give a fuck.
And then
Chewie's
it's
about
not
to make that name real. Watch.
It's not even that. It's a lot of people are also like got upset in my theater because they showed that, and then right after they showed that is they went inside the Millennium Falcon and they showed the nest
Yeah.
with the mother in there. Everyone's like, "Oh God, not that too."
No, I think there's a good balance of everything they've been doing so far. I think The Last Jedi, as much as it's getting flack, I think it kept in a lot of the same spirit, but it also changed a lot of things up, which is what I think scared a lot of people.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Everybody's talking about how they ruined Star Wars and how they
I don't
messed up the
get that. You
mythology and messed up characters that could have been like interesting if they didn't.
You
do
can't
certain
complain
things.
about the series being like safe and then complain about it going out of the way.
Yeah.
But there are some like actual reasons why I understand what the complaints are at.
I don't really like. What are those reasons? I just want to know
Yeah.
now. Tell me. Because
Well-
most of the time I see reasons, it's like, oh, again, this is of course it's spoilers. Oh, the whole force communication between Rey and Kylo is stupid. Which
Yeah.
I mean, they've
That's-
done stuff like that in the past. Like, I
Well,
don't,
here's the thing.
stuff similar.
That was one of the things that I've loved. I've mentioned multiple times. I know I said it to you, Chris.
Yeah.
That I've loved about Force Awakens and this
Yeah.
is in all the previous movies. It's basically been the Force. You can either make you wield a lightsaber or throw and pick up shit.
Mm-hmm.
And there's all these other things that, like in the comics and the books and the games they've done, and now they're finally like looking into all the other things you can use the Force for,
Yeah.
and like making it important to the story.
Yeah. And I like that in this movie they don't use the Force a lot for combat. They use it a lot for like
No.
communication and like there's a part where Rey has to lift a bunch of rocks to save people. Like it's a lot of like other stuff the Force is used for. Unlike those fucking prequels where it's every time it's like, all right, we have to get a lightsaber that's away from us, and they get a lightsaber, and then they start jumping and flipping and then using the Force to knock people away and I mean,
On her picking up the rocks, that was something I saw complained about. Is the Force something they build upon for like I was reading like a tweet that said like it took Anakin like 9 years to like use the Force in a way he could do like rocks, but Rey just fucking does it.
yeah, he had to train.
Yeah.
He had to train with Yoda in the second movie quite a bit before you could lift the X-wing out. It was an X-wing,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
But it's basically they're basically trying to say that her and Kylo are 2 prodigies.
Yeah, but there's also a lot of stuff
But,
going on
yeah.
in the story.
Well, that's the thing. I think what they're showing is something. I think what they're gonna lean to in episode 9 is that when they refer to like the Force Awakens, it wasn't just referring to Rey. It was just in general. There's a lot, like the kid at the very end.
Yeah, that uses the Force.
Like a lot of people just shrugged it off and didn't realize it, but it was picking up the broom with the Force.
Yeah.
So I think that's what that's what it's alluding to, is there's actually a lot of Force users around now that are starting to. They're probably the most powerful that have ever existed.
That was one part that teared me up because he picks up the broom and he's holding it like a lightsaber. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
god. Oh fuck. And that's where the way it ends too. It was so good. But yeah, yeah, it's I don't know. It was a progression in the first 3 movies. I'm talking about the real first 3 movies.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure someone will say,
excuse you.
You mean the first 3 episodes? No. Well, yeah, I do, because those other 3 don't exist.
It sounds like every time we made that noise, it sounds like what's that character from
South Park? Oh, fuck, what's his name?
Kyle?
No, not Kyle, the nerdy kid. Is he one of...
No, I'm talking about
the
Kyle.
one who stutters. The one who stutters.
Is his name Kyle, too? I don't know, whatever, fuck it.
No.
Yeah, Kyle's cousin, the really stupid kid that's...
No, the one in the
Kyle.
crutches.
Oh,
Jimmy.
You mean Jimmy?
I'm going with Jimmy.
I was thinking of the nerdy kid.
Jimmy's the one in the crutches.
Yeah, I was thinking of like the nasally nerdy kid or whatever. I don't even remember what he's supposed to be, but
no, I think of
Jimmy.
Excuse me.
Excuse me. You're wrong.
I loved, by the way, just total side note. I love how
Stick of Truth.
Stick of Truth, where the cutscene doesn't end until you have to actually skip it.
Yeah.
No, it's Stick of Truth. It does end, but it takes like 2 or 3 minutes.
Oh shit.
Oh, I thought you had to skip it.
I think you actually get an achievement if you wait it out.
No, you know, because I got the achievements. I definitely did. I would not have done that.
No, I would not have done that.
Okay. Anyway.
You might have gotten something for it, though.
No. So you said the first 3 movies are what?
First 3 movies, it takes a little while for Luke to like. In the first one, he uses the Force a little bit. He uses it towards the end of the movie to guide his shot into the Death Star to blow it up.
Right.
But like he doesn't really lift things that are heavy until the closer to the end of the second one. But it's not that big of a deal. Rey lifting up some rocks, like I don't know. Like Luke had to really, because Luke was kind of a child. Still in the second one, he was still like being kind of a kid. And Rey in this series of movies, she's much more serious about what she has to do.
Yeah, but they're still about this, probably around the same age.
Yeah. But I don't see a problem with her lifting up the rocks at all. Like I was like, all right.
Oh yeah,
that was fine. I'd rather her do that than flip around and fucking start knocking people into walls and. I don't know.
What do you think of the of their talking while they're not together?
Oh no, I like that.
I love it.
I like that there's little like subtle things, like when Kylo is talking to her in the rain and then he gets out of the Force thing, he has a little bit of water on him.
Yeah, because that's how strong their connection was and how strong the Force is.
Yeah, I don't know. I like that stuff. It might be silly, but I mean it's Star Wars. I mean, if you really think about it, there's a lot of stuff in this series. I mean, not even if you really think about it, just look at it on face value alone. There's a little green toad guy that tells someone how to be a master of a mystical force that lets you levitate stuff. You know, I mean, if you really look at it at face value, it's a little silly. So, you know, or very silly, but whatever. You know, it's a mythology.
And then I will say, since you brought him up, that made me so happy that, I mean, there's obviously some CG that was used.
Yeah, they used
but
the puppet.
with Yoda coming back, they used the puppet for his whole thing.
Yeah, I like that.
A
lot of
also-
people started laughing.
It also wasn't the wise, genius Yoda from the prequels. It was the stupid whack R2 with the stick, steal Luke's lunch from Empire.
Yeah, but to be fair, Empire, he laid down some knowledge at points.
So, he did. He did in this, but I always like that Yoda a little more because it seems like, you know, he's hit the point where I'm old enough. I don't need to be serious. I can enjoy life a bit.
Yeah.
Another complaint I heard was, J.J. Abrams kept more practical effects in Force Awakens, but then Johnson kept the more CG.
No, there's a lot of practical stuff in.
Yeah, there's a lot.
The problem is that there's a lot more space stuff in this movie, I feel, than The Force Awakens had. Like, I mean, one of the main parts of the story, the Resistance part, is mainly in space. So, I mean, you can't really do a lot of that practically. But
And then when
There's
they
a
go
lot
to
of
the
stuff. Oh,
the
God.
gambling city, it's all aliens and
Yeah.
stuff. So some of it's practical effects, but
Yeah.
you have to CG a lot of that.
I also heard like a lot of the stuff, like those little crystal foxes towards the end of the movie,
Right.
like
The Voltex, God damn it, they're so hard
the
to say.
Voltrons, but they're like half CG and half practical. Like they actually made like little models where you can move the face and stuff, but then
Yeah.
like some of the background ones are CG. Like the close-up ones are real, but then the background ones are CG.
Yeah, that was the same with the Porgs.
Yeah, same thing for Borg. So yeah. So I
And
mean,
there's
they
a-
mixed the practical with the special effects, which I'm fine with.
Okay.
But there's a lot of CG, sure, yeah. But when like
Yeah.
the Millennium Falcon is on the planet, that's not, of course, that's a real thing they built on that island, which was probably left over from the Force Awakens.
Wait, what?
You know what the island that Rey is on, with Luke.
No,
when the
well,
Millennium Falcon is just
yeah.
there, like just chilling.
Well, no, that island is the first temple.
Okay, yeah, and I'm just saying the island.
Yeah.
But for Adrian, if I said the first temple to Adrian, he'd be like, "What?"
Right.
Not that I know.
Well, no,
Um,
they say it in the movie that's where he was going.
Yeah, but
He
Adrian,
was trying to find it.
So
that's the first temple. I don't even know.
I will say that my basic complaint of the movie is I didn't care for how they handled Carrie Fisher.
You didn't?
No, so like that whole
Sure, let her
spacewalk
die.
thing
I'm
was
not laughing
fucking
at
weird.
No, that's what I was laughing at because I mean they've alluded to it in the comics, like Lucas taught her some things, and they've even alluded to like she might be stronger with the Force than he is.
Mhm.
But I'm not gonna lie, about halfway through that part where she's going back to the ship,
She's like,
the image popped in my head of a flaming basketball in her hand while the NBA Jam soundtrack is blasting in the background.
She's about to dunk you
Because
hard.
that's what it fucking felt like to me.
But
Yeah.
hold up. So the first thing I asked after this movie to my friend wasn't her exit supposed to be in this movie and not the next one, or was the next one?
No, well, it wasn't supposed to be her. They said they're gonna wrap her story up in the next one, and they're not gonna CG
Yeah.
her. But originally, she was gonna be in the ninth one.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't think she'd go fucking just die.
I know.
What's
but
up with that, Carrie? Jesus.
I thought they were
just
doing
kidding.
rewrites
Just
to
kidding.
give her an exit in this movie.
No,
No, they weren't.
no, they officially said after she died, they said all of her stuff for this film she finished filming before that.
I have a feeling they're gonna.
which-
I have a feeling they're gonna skip a couple years too into for the third movie or the ninth.
Yeah,
But
it's absolutely gonna.
Well, yeah,
skip
especially because
through
the last
it.
scene's alluding to like the younger generation being the
Yeah.
resistance.
So it's gonna skip a few years, and they'll just say like maybe she
Well,
passed
it's
on.
not even that. I think they're gonna skip ahead a few years because one, they can get more. They can grow the resistance, and Ray and Kylo can have new powers, and it not be ridiculous that they're getting so powerful in such a short amount of time.
Yeah, it would also skip because Poe Dameron is the obvious like new. He's gonna be pretty much the new leader of the resistance.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what they're building up in this movie, where he's just like a cocky dick through most of it, and then towards the end he starts to learn. But yeah, I'm sure they're gonna skip a few years, and then they'll just say she passed on. It's gonna be the same thing. Did any of you see Star Trek Beyond?
Yeah,
Okay, well,
yeah, the
Yeah.
same thing as
you
that.
saw it, Adrian?
Wasn't that the one where they crashed on a planet?
Yeah, you saw that?
Yeah, I saw that one.
Okay, well,
With
how they
Leonard
dealt with
Nimoy, where they
Spock
just
dying.
say,
Well, how they dealt with old Spock dying, because he died, of course, before they even started filming. So they just said he really passed on, and they had a tribute.
yeah,
to
they
him.
just said, oh, he passed away because of
Yeah, I
old
mean, he was
age,
old.
or just his time.
He's old. Like
Oh,
I
yeah.
get it with Carrie Fisher. She's old too. So, I mean, she's dead, but you know what I mean. But she's older. If it was like a younger actor that died, like Paul Walker or something, then it wouldn't make any sense. Like, oh, he just died. Like, all right.
Yeah.
That's a little unfulfilling, but she's older, Even towards the end of this movie, you could tell she's like, I don't know, like her character is like starting to feel it, especially
Well,
since she
she's
gets
going
thrown
around
into
with the
space
cane.
at one point.
Yeah. Well, that's probably what they're going to use to justify it.
Yeah, that she got space.
Is there going to
cancer.
be, well, not even space cancer. It's just her body eventually succumbed to flying through fucking space with no fucking suit or anything.
Mhm.
And I don't know. I felt like that was a decent exit for her.
If she died there?
Yeah, I mean, I get there's a lot of, and again, it's coming from someone that doesn't have an investment into it, but I mean, and it was silly because again, like the discussion with me and my friend afterwards was Carrie Fisher, And it was just like, I mean, I get that they already gave her parts and everything, but it's so silly how a franchise like Fast and Furious handled a death a lot more majestically, I guess. Because like even at the end, like it didn't even like. Correct me if I'm wrong. I at least I didn't notice it. The first thing they come back with is it in loving memory of Carrie Fisher, right? They come back with
Directed by Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they do at the end of that, like, first credits.
Yeah,
in loving memory of our princess.
I feel like they should have started out with that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
but the usual way they transition to credits is, directed by whoever. And if you transition from that final shot to like
in
Star Wars,
of Carrie Fisher, it would have ticked off a lot of people.
But if you transition to that and it's Star Wars theme playing like all this energetic Star Wars theme, it just says memory of Carrie Fisher.
No, but you can pause. Like,
yeah,
I feel
you can pause. I get it, but
that's definitely an exception that you can make.
But they did the same thing for the Dark Knight too.
Yeah, but it's basically there's 3 traditions for like big traditions people are heavy on with the main series. It's 4. You have the opening crawl, which is immediately followed by panning down to a shot.
Yeah.
There's that with the end credits, and then the other thing is at least once in the movie, some character has to go say something along the lines of "I have a bad feeling about this."
Oh yeah.
Right, but I'm saying is that I don't think anyone would have complained if they had changed it up this one time for her.
Well, no, that's what I say. It's no one would have complained, but I think it was more of they didn't want to break any of those traditions.
Carrie wouldn't want them to break tradition. All right.
It threw me off a little bit.
All right. They should have put Carrie's dog in there though.
Garrett. Well, the dog.
There's an alien that's supposed to be the dog. I heard about that, but they should put the dog.
There are some other weird moments. At least with cool moments though. I think we all agree the moment with the light speed.
God, that was
when it just like it goes silent in the theater and everybody goes, "Oh, Jurassic Park girl fucked them up."
Mine was completely separate. Was the complete opposite. It's when that happened, my theater went dead silent because we were just like, it wasn't even like, "Oh, that's cool." It was like we were so impressed, and it was just such an awesome moment that no one could react because all of us were just left speechless and had no idea how to react.
Right. Yeah, you could hear a pin drop in my theater.
Mine went. They went. Oh, it took them a second to realize what happened, and then you go, oh, it's like a ramp up.
It was like right when it started speeding up before it cut away. That's when like the people, like the audience, just like quietly started saying like, "Oh my god."
Yeah, that part was dope. Jurassic Park girl went out with a bang.
I will say, one of the spoiler casts I was listening to, they were like, "Yeah, so all you heard was the collective gasp," and then one guy just goes, "Holy shit!"
Holy shit! Yo! Oh, there's actually one part when Luke shows up to fight Kylo Ren, even though he's a Force ghost. One guy said, "Oh, it's on!" right next to me.
That was a good scene too.
That was great.
It was. But here's the thing.
When he dusts himself off real quick, I was like, "That's not very Star Wars," but I loved it.
I'll be honest. I was glad that it ended up being a Force thing because I got really confused where their battle was about to start and they're standing at each other. And you look at Luke, and I got really confused. I'm like, why is Luke holding his lightsaber that just got broken in half?
Yeah, that, and also why is his hair shorter and dyed? Like, did he dye his hair? Because it was black. I was like, all right.
It wasn't even that. It was something I realized that I don't know if anyone else did. No, not even that. He was wearing his the uniform that he wore when he fought Vader.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That doesn't make sense because he's fat now. There's no way that fits him anymore. Unless he got tailor-made. Maybe he stopped off at a tailor.
Well, not even that. It's just I'd imagine after a good 30 years, I'd imagine that wouldn't even be in one piece anymore. I'd imagine that would have fallen apart.
He keeps the stuff nice.
They had that Matrix moment with the lightsaber at the very beginning.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was a little silly.
It was a little silly, but it was also.
No,
it would have been better if it was actually him doing that. It would be like, all right, now he's a badass. But now it's just, it's the Force. It's like, all right, he couldn't really do that. It was just.
No, I was just fucking around because I just said I'm okay with him dusting his shoulder off, but like
Yeah.
lightsaber slow mo, no, fuck that. No, it was cool. I liked it. Even though it did remind me because I got the trailer for Tomb Raider right before it. It reminded me of that shot in the Tomb Raider trailer where she like dodges the fucking the trap or
Yeah,
whatever.
those spikes.
Yeah,
she looked
that
good.
was
That
one
looks
thing I
goofy
got
as
really pissed off about is my showing had none of the trailers. I didn't see Tomb Raider. I didn't see the Peter Jackson. I didn't see any of those. They didn't show any of those.
Yeah, they were supposed to show that fucking Peter Jackson Mortal Instrument trailer, and it's
Oh,
not
I
even
saw
that.
the Infinity.
Yeah, I did too.
Oh, that was a good
Woo!
trailer to see in RPX.
Oh, I can't. Oh yeah, I can't wait to see it in IMAX.
Oof.
Oh man, that's gonna rock my nut. I only got one.
Yeah, I was really excited to see that trailer, and just when the movie started, for an instant, I got really pissed off because of that.
Yeah. I like me a good trailer in a theater. But what? Oh, excuse me, I'm a little gassy. All right, fuck off. All right, so what do we talk about now? You want
What are you guys' criticisms of the movie before we just?
I got one.
I like to end it more on a better note.
Oh,
but
I got a big one actually. This is really my only criticism. It's not huge, but it's a whole scene in the movie.
I got a big one.
What?
It's not huge.
Yeah, I got a big. Well, yeah, I'm trying to make it sound like it's big, but it really isn't. It is big though, but it's not that big. There's a scene halfway in the movie where they go to the casino, and the casino was all right. It was very goofy. I watched one review where they said like, oh, it's like a throwback to the prequels, which I don't agree with. But there's a couple of really goofy moments. Like there's an opera singer that like they charge towards her and she starts like, I don't know,
screaming, and somehow that distracts them.
Yeah, there's a couple of silly moments. I enjoyed the part where the little alien was putting coins in BB-8 though.
Yeah.
Oh, I found that was
every scene with him was.
I love BB-8.
I found out that was actually Warwick Davis.
Yeah, I saw that in the credits. I was like, I wonder who he played. And then I went back in my memory. I was like, it had to be him. Like that was only a small little fucker that actually got screen time. So I apologize to Warwick. He's watching. He's a huge fan. I apologize. Huge.
So, really quick before you get on more about the casino.
Okay, go ahead.
Isn't that weird too? How like they made a big deal of like, you can only pick this one single person to fucking bike pass everything. Oh. And then they found another person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was wondering if like you just find out like he lost that with a flower thing
yeah,
in
bed
or something.
Too, but no.
Well, I forget what was that guy's
Solo
name? Like the actual actor's name.
Oh, Benicio del Toro.
No, not
Justin Theroux.
Justin Theroux.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw like they panned up and shows Justin Theroux, I went, okay, something's not right because if he's supposed to be a main guy, why did I just find out he's in this movie now?
Yeah. Well, I knew
something doesn't add up.
I knew Benicio del Toro was in it, so I was like, okay,
oh, so did
I'm assuming he's the guy.
Realize, yeah.
And then Benicio del Toro shows up, and he has like a stutter, which is weird. And they don't really.
That's the thing. I don't know about that.
Yeah, it's a little strange. But and it's like when everybody gave Sam Jackson shit for Kingsman.
I don't know if he actually has a stutter. It seemed to me that was more of
like electronics,
an act he was putting on.
Oh, that okay. I thought maybe it was
when he was on the ship, he didn't really use it. But then when Finn was confronting him after he was captured and he was in front of the Empire, he started using it again.
Yeah. I
think it was more of he was using it to make himself, look weak and.
Yeah, maybe.
Basically try and get out.
Maybe.
Because I doubt that's the last time we see him. He'll probably play a pretty decent part in the next one.
Yeah, I'm sure. But or he'll be in some fucking spinoff. DJ the solo story or fuck.
Although for what little he was in the movie, I fucking loved him.
Yeah, I thought he's great. Because he's definitely the probably the only character that is both like. He's like the real like balance of just like, all right, I'll do something good, but then I'm gonna do something really shitty.
Well, that was what I loved is that he showed that to Finn where it was like, all the people you say are good aren't always good, and then he goes around and it's basically I kind of warned you.
Yeah, it was good little foreshadowing, but yeah, his character was good. I like this character a lot. I like the new character Rose. I thought she was good, even though she had one.
She was alright.
I'm sorry. Did you start up your motorcycle? What was that?
Yeah. I
No,
don't know. I didn't like her.
listen. Shush. Shut your fucking mouth. All right, because I'm gonna agree with you, kinda. But I don't blame her at all, because it was just bad writing. There's one part in the casino, which I was gonna talk about when I was talking about the casino part, where she's like talking about like, oh, this place sucks. There's a child slavery and animal abuse, and then she's like, here's a binoculars. Look at that, Finn. And then it's just child abuse and whatever and animal abuse or whatnot. But then she has this speech where it's like, I just want to punch this place in the face, and it's just bad. That was just bad writing, I thought. And there's a part later. Go ahead.
Well, when she first got introduced, I was like,
yeah, she was fine.
She came off like a fucking psychopath.
Yeah, a little bit.
And then after that, it's just like, oh no, she's just a normal person. I'm like, no, you don't laugh hysterically while talking about tasing people and come off as a normal person the rest of the movie.
I took that as in she was still in grief because of her sister, and she was trying to kind of like not forget about it, but like she saw Finn, she was just like, oh, a hero, and then she went a little crazy.
They also never had her explain what the fuck was going on with the tracking.
What do you mean?
Well, it's like, oh, they tracked us through light speed. Well, they can't do that, but this is how we'll stop them. It's like, well, you're going to explain how they even did it in the first place since you just said they can't do that in the first place?
Well, yeah, I totally thought the General Girl was going to be a traitor.
Traitor.
Yeah, well, no, what I thought, and I didn't make any sense, is I know he showed up on Snoke's ship,
right?
But when what's her name? When the Admiral is giving her whole speech, you see one of the, I guess it's like EE9, I think is what he's called, but you see the black BB-8 units behind her, and I was like, so what, is it going to be that's the actual traitor?
Right.
And it's just nothing came from that. I was like, oh, okay. And then they're like, oh, there's no traitor. They just tracked us. Well, how'd they track us? Well, we know how to stop them, but how'd they track you? We're going to stop them. All right, good talk.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no clue. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the casino scene. I should just mention what I didn't like about it. I didn't like the chase scene. I thought it looked really corny.
Oh yeah.
I didn't like a lot of the casino scene, but that chase scene was really fucking dumb looking, and the whole animal shit. It's really corny when they add a character that's like, look, I love everything. Like she's like she you know what she reminds me of? Not that you play Overwatch or anything, but she reminds me of Mai. She has like if they ever want to do an Overwatch movie, they should cast her as Mai. Except they shouldn't, because they shouldn't have Mai in the fucking movie, just like
they shouldn't have the movie period.
Yeah, probably not. Because I can already tell that's gonna be.
Well, you can see Tracer twice on the big screen.
Yeah, woo! They'll probably get like someone I fucking hate to be Tracer too if they do like a live action movie. Like, who do I hate?
Everyone.
I hate myself, but I would never play Tracer. But
that's upsetting.
Yeah, whatever. What's upsetting? I hate myself, or I'll never play Tracer.
This movie. Anyway.
What? This movie's
just kidding. It's not that bad.
No, but yeah, I liked her. I don't know. I thought she was fine.
No, I didn't like her. I thought, especially coming off of Force Awakens, that she felt kind of stale, and that love between her and Finn just.
Wow, it was a one-sided love.
I don't think so. I think it set it up for.
Maybe.
It's right now it's all one-sided, but Finn's kind of on the fence.
Yeah, maybe.
He was like putting blankets in by her and everything.
Yeah, I think what they're setting it up is her and Finn, and then it's going to be Poe and Rey.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
No, I think it's going to be Kylo and Rey. I think Kylo's going to be like, all right, you know what? I mean, fuck. I guess I'm good. Or they're going to have like some Doom relationship or some shit. Which I don't want them to do. But I don't know if Poe and Rey are going to be it.
Yeah, you see the way they
they looked at each other. Show,
yeah,
but Finn and Rey look at each other a lot like that in the first movie, and I don't think that's gonna happen now. But isn't that some shit though? You know, a black man can't get a white woman. It's fucked up. Star Wars ain't fucking. They're not diverse. Fuck them.
No, they're trying to make it super diverse. They went, well, we have a Korean and a black person. well, let's make them get together and have a Black Korean person. That'll make this movie universe diverse.
Oh my god, that'll be great. I can't wait for that character. He'll be the new Boba Fett. But no, actually, that's not true. If she does get with Poe, then I guess that's a white woman and what is he? Hispanic?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is he Loophole? You're not Loophole.
Loophole.
Adrian.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's Hispanic.
Okay.
It's also they've said in I forget what it was, but I know Poe's mom is dead, but I know his mom and Luke were like very close friends.
Oh.
Like I know
close.
like his mom and Luke actually went on a mission at some point to track down one of the Force trees.
All right.
So I think they're gonna bring up something like that and just say, "Oh, destiny and bullshit."
Oh, Destiny. That's gonna be a line in the next movie.
Destiny and bullshit.
Destiny and bullshit. Whatever, you know the deal. Let's have a lightsaber fight. All right. But
I will say Rey and Kylo's fucking.
I love that scene when they start fucking.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh, when they're fighting off everyone.
Oh my god.
So
yeah, I want to get to that. That scene was fucking awesome.
I loved when Rey dropped the saber from one hand to the other hand.
It was that, and then like a couple of people in my theater just went, "Oh, we're like impressed by it." But it was when she threw the lightsaber to Kylo and he quickly turned it on and off that like most of my theater lost their shit.
That was dope. There was a lot when Kylo just I just want to talk about this when he kills Snoke, and that's when it starts right there when he kills his ass and Snoke's just like, wait, hold on, what the fuck? Why do I feel pain? Yeah, his ass, he just cuts his ass out.
Falls off in half.
I love that he went out like a bitch.
Well, that's the thing. What I'm thinking is with him, it's either that wasn't actually Snoke, that was an impersonation. Because here's the thing: the movie starts with him, some other part of the galaxy, fucking with what's his name, using the Force.
Hux.
Yeah, he's
Captain Overactor.
Yeah, but from a few 100 million miles away.
Yeah.
So he clearly doesn't have to be present if he wants to use the Force on Rey. And it's also another thing is we've seen with this it introduced the whole astral protection thing.
Sure.
Where for all we know he's fucking with them. And the other thing is he might have gotten cut in half, which in the Star Wars universe means he just got fucking cut in half.
Oh yeah.
I mean, so Darth Maul got cut in half.
Yeah, but he came back in a cartoon.
Yeah, but it's the thing is the cartoon is still canon to everything.
And the reason why they brought him back is because people like Darth Maul. I don't know if anybody fucking gives a shit about Snoke. Like in the first movie, I was like, "Who the fuck is this giant, weird-looking motherfucker?"
Like, but it's you're with the Force, you can survive shit like that. But, I mean, Mace Windu survived getting his arm cut off, Force lightning down a goddamn window.
Yeah, but what was that in a book?
No, it's just Samuel Jackson went up to. They asked him if he thinks he survived. He said yes, and I think it was George Lucas just came out and said, "Yeah, he's still alive."
Well, George Lucas could say anything. There was one point when someone asked George Lucas what color is Yoda's blood, and he said green. And he doesn't know. He just like that. That's it's just a bunch.
Well, that's the thing, though, is if he says it's canon, then it becomes canon.
I know, but he could say anything. I mean, he can't say anything anymore because he doesn't own that shit. So fuck him. But I don't know. I think it's whatever. But yeah, no, that scene was dope though. When Snoke gets cut in half, they do show later on a close up of his face. So if he's not dead, then whoever got taken out was a pretty good actor. Because I mean, Snoke was kind of cool, I guess, but he wasn't the Emperor.
No.
But yeah, no, that whole fight scene where it's all lit in red and they're fighting all those royal guards or whatever, it was really cool. It was good shit. That was really awesome.
Well, what I thought they were going to do, and then they just said, no, these are normal guards. I thought they were going to reveal that those were the guards were actually the Knights of Ren.
Mm.
And then they just went, no, they're just really well-trained night guards. I was like, oh, that's kind of disappointing.
Yeah, I wonder when we'll.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I hope that means they're really going to use them in the next episode. But if they're not used well in the next episode, then it was a waste. That was a wasted opportunity.
With the Knights of Ren, yeah. Yeah, because they mention them in the first movie, and they kind of show them a little bit.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, they show them and they explain it to him when Luke's giving his version to Rey. He says he ran off with a bunch of my apprentices and killed the rest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. What else should we talk about? I love the scene with Luke and Yoda. I mean, we already talked about the puppet.
Oh, that was fucking great.
But that was like Empire stuff, and I like that Yoda's still teaching Luke, even though Luke's like in his 60s at this point. Like, I don't know. I really enjoy that.
And even though Yoda's dead, he can still use the fucking Force like it's nothing.
Yeah, and he can still beat him with his cane and shit. Like,
yeah, just hitting him with the fucking Force cane.
Yeah. Did you like that, Adrian? Or are you asleep? Oh, he's dead.
He might genuinely be asleep.
Oh, rest in peace. Anyway. Oh, it's Adrian's birthday, by the way. I just got that message, too.
Oh, shit.
No, it said on Skype. I don't know if that means it is. But I remember his birthday is pretty close to Christmas. So.
Yeah, it's his birthday.
All right. Happy birthday, Adrian. He's not here.
He bailed.
Wait, is he back? He back, Adrian?
He went to get cake.
But if he's like that guy in Jumanji, he's going to explode.
Oh, God.
That's next week. All right, so... yeah, so... I don't know what else to talk about.
One big problem I had was with the fucking Admiral.
Oh, Admiral Akbar?
No,
Okay.
I don't... Yeah, I was hoping he'd be dead already, so that wasn't sad. No, what bothered me was the fucking, what's the plan? I'm not going to tell you the plan.
Oh, okay.
What's the plan? Well, we don't have a plan. Okay, well, what's happening? Oh, we had a plan the whole time. It's like, well, you could have said so, because that wouldn't have literally made any difference to what was happening whatsoever.
Yeah, that was a little annoying.
There was no reason whatsoever she had to keep the plan secret. There was also no reason whatsoever that she had to die instead of just, sending the ship on autopilot into it and jumping into an escape pod, but...
Well, heroic death. Gotta have at least one. But, yeah, no, I thought that was a little silly. I mean, I guess it was because Poe is kind of being... I don't know, he was trying to be the hero, and I guess they kept that from him just in case he would do something, but he ended up doing something anyway, so, I don't know. It didn't end up working.
Don't tell him or we'll fuck it up. Hey, what's going on? Well, we didn't tell him, so he's fucking it up.
Yeah, but they got him anyway. Like Carrie Fisher said, fuck this kid, and shot him with a stun phaser from Star Trek. But
that's something we haven't seen them use in a while.
What, the stun?
No, I think that I didn't realize it tonight. I think this movie, that whole scene, I think was the first time since that, like, the second scene in A New Hope that's ever been used.
Yeah. But
they haven't used this. They haven't used stun since then.
Yeah, probably not. Actually, I can't think of any other scenes in any other Star Wars. There might be one in prequel, but I don't give a shit.
I also love that Luke still refers to lightsabers as laser swords.
Laser swords, yeah. I thought it was funny. But
that was one thing I kept noticing is they kept and they've been good about it. And I know Gareth Edwards was really good about it with Rogue One, where he had where it was Vader's original look with everything, with like the red lenses and that.
Yep.
But it's like it's a lot of this
costume.
Yeah. Well, that was like one thing when I saw that. Just on a side note, when I saw that's one Rogue One. I got really distracted in that scene, not in a bad way, but like I noticed it was the red lenses, and it really distracted me. It's like, holy shit, they're actually using it.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I've loved is that the last two movies they've kept up with that stuff. They're not trying to reinvent it.
Yeah, I like that too. I like that they
that and like the dice.
Yeah. So yeah. No, I can't think of anything else I had a problem with though. Really, I can't think of anything else we need to talk about. Like what? Do I have anything? I guess the movie is a little long, but I don't know.
It's the here's the thing. It's not even kind of. It is long,
Yeah.
but it doesn't drag.
No. That
That's
casino scene,
why
but
that's why
it's
they can get away with it. Is because it's long, but it doesn't drag.
Yeah, it doesn't most of the time. The casino scene, especially that fucking chase. That chase was dumb. But
Yeah, the casino, and then Rey's whole shit with the dark side.
yeah, I thought that was kind of cool though visually when she's like,
Oh, visually it was cool, but Luke's like, all right, you can't go down there. It's like if you go down there, you're joining the dark side. And it's like, okay, she goes down there, literally nothing happens. I'm like,
yeah,
what the fuck was he telling her not to go down there for?
well, I think he was more like you shouldn't accept the calling, like because they were calling out to her. And I guess Luke maybe because he was already shut off from the Force at that point because he said he doesn't use the Force.
Yeah.
So maybe he just didn't know what it was and he just assumed it was the dark, but it ended up not maybe being. I don't know. They didn't really explain.
Well, no,
that,
I think what it was the dark side, and it was hoping that by not telling her, it bring her so much despair that she'd give up on everything and just turn to the dark side.
Yeah, but if it was the dark side, I would have said something fucked up.
Yeah.
Like it was Han Solo.
But what I'm hoping is when what Kylo said about her is right, and her parents really were nobodies.
Yeah.
Because I don't want it to be like, oh, it turns out, oh, Luke was actually your father, or it's like you're actually like the granddaughter of the Emperor or something like that. Like I want her to, it'd be a lot better if she becomes like this powerful, even though there's no like discernible reason why she should have been born with like this much power.
Yeah. I still like the whole conspiracy theory that she might be a reincarnation of Anakin.
I mean, it's possible.
Yeah. I don't know. Who knows?
I mean, they've alluded to stuff like that.
Which
that possibility with the Force,
and now if they do ship Rey and Kylo, that would be really weird because he's having sex with his
they're not
with his grandfather.
Yeah.
Oh no.
But I hope they don't. What I was really hoping. I was really hoping for, and I thought that's the way they were going to go. And it looked like that basically up to right before they went down and had the battle on Crate.
Yeah.
I thought they were leading it up for Rey and Kylo were both going to go, not rogue, but both go separate from the First Order and the Resistance and reform the Grey Order for the first time since the Old Republic.
Yeah, that's what I thought they were doing.
And I was really hoping for that because it's been so long since any form like comics, games, or anything has addressed it, and they've always been like the most powerful Jedi and stuff, and it's what it should be. And then it's like they go, oh no, it's actually no Jedi and Sith still. I'm like, all right, we're still.
Yeah, I thought that's what they were kind of hinting towards in the trailer where she said the balance or whatever.
Well, I thought that's what they were alluding to the whole movie. Like Luke kept saying, Jedi have to stop, the Sith have to stop. And I thought, and he's like talking about, no, it's the Force. You have to focus on the Force. I thought, oh, okay, he's saying all that because they're in the books. He's gonna like Rey's gonna read the books and find out about the Grey Jedi, and they're gonna reform them. And then it was like, nope, it was just talk.
Yeah, it's just.
Bullshit.
Just bullshit. That's all this is. It's all bullshit. We'll all die soon. So. Anyway, that's Star Wars.
Yeah. I will also say, I love the reaction. Yours probably had about the same. I love the audience's reaction to the end. To basically when Luke, I guess, more passed on than died.
Yeah.
But like everyone got really hyped up to him pulling that fucking stunt.
Yeah.
And then he passed on. It's like everyone's like really excited and like going crazy, and then he just fades out. Everyone just like immediately get really sad.
Yeah, yeah. There was actually two people in the background that started laughing, but I think they were kids, and I don't think they know Star Wars enough to know what the hell happened. So they just think he just like disappeared, like just randomly.
Yeah. Just like fuck this, I'm out.
Which if this was my first Star Wars and I just saw him just go. I'm like, what the fuck happened? Where'd he go?
I have the same reaction as the kids. It's like, fuck this, I'm out, see ya. deal with this shit on your own.
He's like, oh, he just dipped.
he
He left his cloak behind and
had
everything.
he had a fight with Kylo, and he just went, you know what? I'm too old to deal with this. Goodbye.
He's like, oh, fuck this. Back to Joker. And he just, yeah, all right.
Back to Joker.
But
That's one of my that's one of my favorite interviews they did for Force Awakens.
mm-hmm.
Was somewhat they and it started making its rounds again. Was Daisy Ridley was getting interviewed by some magazine. They're asking her about like what it's like to work with the crew, and she's like, "Oh, it's great. And there's all kinds of surprises." And then right after she says that, Hamill's on stage with the mic, and he does his Joker voice and asks if anyone there is a fan of Joker, and she just like, and it just like scares the crap out of her.
The Joker voice, yeah,
It's
pretty scary.
It just scares the crap out of her. She's like, that scared me.
That's pretty funny, but yeah, it was a good movie. I'm probably gonna see it again tomorrow. I was gonna see it tonight, but or I guess not tonight.
Well, I went,
but,
like I said, I went for a double feature. And actually,
yes,
I made a mistake. I thought it was the 2D because I just saw a double feature. I'm like, all right, I'll go see that. I didn't realize not only was it the IMAX, it wasn't IMAX, it was the IMAX 3D.
Yeah.
And it actually, like, I know Force Awakens was okay for some of it, but it's actually one of the best I've seen in 3D.
Yeah. It looks like it would be cool.
Really good.
Yeah, I'm going to try to see it in IMAX this weekend sometime. I don't know when.
And honestly, a big part of that is because of so much of it takes place in space and the battle. It's because like so many of the important scenes have a ton of empty space, like the in the hangar, or on Crate or in space, and that just does so much for when you're in IMAX. Like, oh my god! Like I said, yours everyone went crazy for, but in my theater, because it was the IMAX 3D, the fucking jump to light speed just
right
with the 3D and in IMAX, it was just so stunning. You couldn't come up with words to express it.
Yeah.
Because it's one of those things where it was like the first time with The Hobbit, the first time you saw Smaug on screen, it's like, oh my god, this thing is, how can that thing be that big?
Right.
It was like the same with that. It's like, how the fuck could they come up with something that looks, I mean, honestly, the best way to explain it, how could they come up with something that's like this devastating and yet so beautiful, and I just don't know.
Yeah, it's good shit. Also, Phasma went out like a bitch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's just why I bring that up. Yeah, but no, that was
awesome. One thing
that just reminded me of that because that's when Phasma dies right after.
Yeah, that really that's a part I really have a big complaint with.
I'm okay with it. I mean, the only problem with it is that they marketed her like, oh, she's the next badass stormtrooper. If they didn't market her, then I'll just be like, all right, she's just a goon. You know, she's like a Boba Fett, where in the original movies he doesn't do much except
well, it's
get his
like
ass
the marketer. It's like they show her as like a serious badass.
Yeah, at times.
And then whenever it comes down to her actually having to be a badass, she becomes a fucking bitch.
Yeah, I mean, there was
like
one...
the last one. Oh, they're holding her at blaster point. This movie went to prove the blaster would have done shit to her.
Yeah, because you get shot in the
head.
It
would have just bounced right. What would have happened is Finn would have pulled the trigger, the blaster would have bounced off her helmet, hit Finn in the face, and killed him.
Yeah, so I don't even know.
And then they go. So there was no point in all that. And then this one, it wasn't.
Yeah. I mean, you get to see her eye. So there you go.
Yeah.
That's about it. Everybody want to know what she looked like, which I'm assuming she just looked like, what's her name?
Game
Tarth. Brienne of Tarth. There you go.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it was a little disappointing. Only because I like that actress. If it was just some no-name person, I'd be like, all right, whatever, fuck it. Bye. But I guess she was an okay rival towards Finn, even though I didn't really get the rivalry in the first movie.
I don't think it was a rival.
It was a rivalry for Finn, that's damn sure.
No, that's the thing. I don't think it was a rivalry. I think it was more of he hated being in the First Order.
Yeah.
And every time he sees her, he remembers being a part of that and having to take orders, and it's just he got so sick of it that every time he sees her, he just wants to kill her and just basically make sure that she can never bother him again and can never issue him any more orders and stuff like that. I think that's the big reason.
Yeah, sure. And she hates him because he's a traitor, which she yells in the movie. She does yell traitor, so.
Oh yeah, I know.
Which is good.
And then I that was something I also liked in The Force Awakens is that they went into a backstory about the random stormtrooper that yells traitor.
Yeah. I have his Funko Pop somewhere. TRA.
Yeah, well, what it was is it's I think he's 2189.
No, he's he's 2199.
2199.
Yeah.
So it's him, Finn, and then 2197.
Yeah.
Like all three of them went to academy together and were like really close friends and did missions together.
Yeah.
And at some point, like 88 died.
Yeah.
And then that was basically, Finn's other best friend. So that's why I called him a traitor and one-on-ones. And I saw him like, all right, thank you for actually explaining it. And then having it make sense instead of just saying, hey, we threw that in because,
I think it's murdered.
Throw shit in.
Traitor!
Yeah.
6 spins and then he dies. So it takes his hats out with Chewbacca's crossbow blaster. But I guess that's it. I don't know what else to talk about.
We could ask Adrian if he ever came back. See if he's still alive.
Yeah. No, I don't think Adrian has anything else to say. It's time for him to go to bed. He's got a long day tomorrow. He's got to wake up.
He's got a long day tomorrow after he spent like 2 hours telling us, no, I could be up all night. It's Friday night.
Yeah. Well, I told him not to go in bed while recording this. I don't know what he's doing. But, alright, well, I guess that's it. We've been going on for about an hour, so that's fine.
Yeah, good enough.
Yeah, it's good enough. So, it was good. I loved it, actually. It's not good. I thought it was great. But, I'm excited for episode 9. I'm sure it'll come. I mean, I know it's 2 years from now.
Yeah, we probably got 2 years.
No, it's 2 years. They already said it's around the same time, 2019.
Well, yeah.
But I'm sure it's going to get here quick because this shit came by really quick.
Yeah.
Force Awakens is 2 years
and
old.
it also had a massive opening for Thursday.
Yeah, not quite as big as Force Awakens, which is to be expected. But
yeah, but the thing is, they on all-time like preview openings.
Yeah.
Force Awakens is number 1, and now number 2 is Last Jedi.
Yep. So everything's gonna be Star Wars in the future. Hope you guys enjoy it. It's not done yet. X-Men.
Still wish it was the Knights of the Old Republic prequel
I would
series,
love if they did Knights of the Old Republic.
No,
I know
sadly he
Ryan
said
Johnson's
he's doing some other shit.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. It's bullshit. I hope he's lying. Like J.J. Abrams lies about everything.
I think honestly, I think there's a chance he might.
I hope so, because that'd be
just
cool.
to throw everyone off, and then the first trailer hits, and then everyone loses their shit.
That'd be awesome. He did Knights of the Republic. But that's it. That's all I gotta say. So
that's good enough.
That's good. Ryan Johnson did a good job. Good job, boy. Now work on that trilogy, whatever it is, KOTOR or fucking I don't know. What's
KOTOR?
that? Dark Forces, wherever. What's that one guy? What is it? Rendar or whatever the fuck. Oh god, what's his name?
For what?
From that old video game series for Star Wars. I think he was in the books too. I forgot his name. Isn't Dash Rendar or something like that?
Dash Rungar?
Rungar, is that his name? Do a movie about him. There you go. Or better yet, just make up a character. Make a trilogy for Greedo. There you go. What is he up to before he gets murdered in a bar by Han Solo? There you go. Do that. All right. We're done.
All right.
Good shit. Goodbye.
Bye.
Oh, good night, Adrian.
Wherever you are.